Starting off, let's cover the abilities. GM Sniper 2's primary fire is Sniper Rifle, an extremely powerful long-range rifle with severely limited accuracy while not using the scope. Holding secondary fire aims down the sniper rifle's sights, providing perfect accuracy while reducing movement speed. However, it cannot be used while in the air. Sniper rifle has a fire rate of 1 bullet every 1.15 seconds, and a magazine size of 5 bullets. The shots do 450 damage at close range and 350 at far range, and deal 1100 damage with a headshot. GM Sniper 2's F ability is Vulcan Pod. Fire a burst of shots from your head-mounted Vulcan Pod. This 10-second cooldown fires a volley of shots that amount to 600 damage in total. Use it to finish off weakened targets or to defend against a close-range enemy. GM Sniper 2's E ability is Jump Booster. Place a device that boosts any mobile suit into the air that moves over it. This ability is on a 6-second cooldown and remains permanently wherever placed. Use Jump Booster to access high grounds, but be careful of enemy mobile suits using it also. GM Sniper 2's C ability is Recovery Gun. Shoot a recovery shot that revives a downed teammate from any range. This 20-second cooldown does not require precise aim and cannot be missed. Note, this ability operates like a standard revive, so enemies can kill your teammate during the revive. GM Sniper 2's left shift ability is Thruster Gauge, a 1-section mobility bar. It can be used slowly to sprint or to hover in mid-air, or it can be fully expended as a short-range dash. Use it to dash away from enemy dives and to quickly sprint back to battle after death. GM Sniper 2's G maneuver is Sensor Visor. Reveal the location of all enemies and track them through walls. This ultimate lasts for 15 seconds, reduces thruster gauge usage while hovering, and allows scoping while in mid-air. Use Sensor Visor to expose enemy locations and give your whole team an advantage. Or, use it for yourself against enemy snipers to win important 1v1s. So, we've gone over the abilities, but what are GM Sniper 2's strengths and weaknesses? GM Sniper 2 is a very powerful mobile suit that is the absolute apex predator of long-range damage dealing. With the capability to one-shot 3/4 of the mobile suits in the game, it will beat any damage dealer at long range, and leave all others hurrying for cover. GM Sniper 2's ability to access high grounds with Jump Booster expands on this threat by opening even more powerful sightlines, accessible through vertical areas. And if this wasn't enough, its G maneuver Sensor Visor pushes its already excellent long-range control further by giving wall sights for 15 seconds to not only itself but its teammates too. At first glance, the ultimate might seem a bit lacking as it doesn't offer any damage capability itself, but consistent information on enemy locations gives every member of your team a strong advantage in the next fight. GM Sniper 2's final strength is its Recovery Gun. While usually dealing out death to enemies, GM Sniper 2 also has the capability to revive teammates at range. This is an odd ability for a damage dealer to have, but is nonetheless excellent. Moving on to the weaknesses, GM Sniper 2 is an extremely polarized mobile suit. At long range it is supreme, but at close range it is fragile and suffers severely in all but the most skilled hands. Even mid-range fights against most mobile suits are very questionable. These fights will turn to a situation of hit the head of a rapidly moving target or die. The consistency and flexibility of other mobile suits will blow over GM Sniper 2 after it misses a shot, and you'll be left walking back from the spawn zone angrily planning your revenge. So, in what situations is it best to play GM Sniper 2? As mentioned before, GM Sniper 2 is amazing in long-range fights, so play it on maps designed around far sightlines, preferably wider maps with opportunities to take side angles called off angles away from the core of your team. High ground positions are most definitely also a bonus. Play GM Sniper 2 on long maps and you'll be very happy. Play it on close quarter maps and you'll be very sad. While GM Sniper 2 has a near endless skill ceiling for someone with amazing aim, it likewise has an unforgiving skill floor. When you've practiced and can aim well enough to justify using it, then go run wild, but do it on long range maps only. With that covered, how do you play GM Sniper 2? Here's a general overview. Play long sightlines, preferably high grounds, since they are harder to reach and can be used as cover. Absolutely avoid closed areas, as your greatest counters love these sections of the map. Pay attention to downed teammates, as you can resurrect them from range. However, pay attention to the position and circumstances of your downed teammates in particular. Only use the revive shot if your teammate isn't under immense threat, and won't be killed before it can be revived. Last, use your G maneuver ability to give your team advantage in important fights, or use it to give yourself an advantage in killing the enemy GM Sniper 2 in a 1v1. Alright, so that was the overview, now here are the specifics. During fights, enemies will often take cover from the main angle of your team, which is the angle that is directly in front of your team that most of your teammates are firing down. Since the cover they are using often doesn't block angles from the side, this opens up opportunities for GM Sniper 2 to take off angles, which are alternate angles that are not directly in front of the enemy. Taking an off angle offers a number of advantages, such as that it reduces the number of enemies looking at you, and then forces the enemy to split their attention between you or your team after they learn that you are there. But most importantly, taking an off angle allows you to see the enemy, and therefore exposes them to your damage, as the cover they are using to block front damage will often not cover them from 45-degree or larger off angles. The closer to 90 degrees off the enemy you can take an angle, the more damage potential you have, as the enemies will become more and more exposed. The team that controls more of these off angles in a long range fight will win 9 out of 10 times. Having said this, there are two important types of threats to think about while playing, and particularly while looking to take off angles. The first of these are hypermobile characters capable of diving onto you, like Zaku 2, Barbatos, and Sazabi, which are commonly called dive mobile suits. And the second is other long range threats, but particularly another GM Sniper 2. Each of these types of threats changes how you must play to play successfully. Playing against dive characters forces you to position more conservatively towards your team, therefore not being able to take as aggressive off angles. If you still choose to play aggressively, you must not let the enemy know you are there before you shoot, and after you shoot, make sure to quickly return to the safety of your team. If one of these dive mobile suits knows your location while you are away from your team, you will often be dove and killed. However, if the enemy does not have a dive mobile suit, then you are very free to aggressively take 90-degree off angles on the side of the enemy and destroy them. In the second case, if the enemy has a GM sniper, then you must always be aware or searching for the location of the enemy sniper, as it has the same ability to insta-kill you as you do it. So, not exposing yourself needlessly, and unpredictably changing positions when seen are very good consistent habits, because if a GM Sniper 2 sees you before you see it, then you will most likely die. Whether you look for a one-on-one fight with the enemy GM Sniper 2, or hide from it and attack its team instead, you must be aware of where it is. However, if the enemy team does not have one of these, then you are free to stand in the open for longer and rain kills onto the enemy team. Here's an important tip. Place Jump Booster next to you even if you don't plan on using it. If a flanker sneaks onto you or you are dove, having a free extra jump cooldown will increase your chances of survival drastically. Also, Jump Booster can be used by enemies, even if they don't want to, so placing a sneaky Jump Booster and baiting a diving enemy onto it can also save your life. Make sure to check out my other DPS guides, like Ashimar, Pale Rider, and RX-78 Gundam. You can find them in this playlist right here. Thanks so much for watching the video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, as it means so much to the channel. I have 7 more of these guides set to release for the remaining mobile suits, so keep tuned and there will be plenty more coming your way.